They'll go with a 4-4-2 diamond formation for that early lead.
An early goal will settle the nerves.
Their away team has been in bad form. They will feel the pressure.
The home side's kept 2 clean sheets in a row.
It's all about momentum.
Who will have the stamina to last the 90 minutes?
Their star striker is suspended.
They've got no kappa.
The marking will be tight.
This will be won or lost in the midfield.
This is why I bet.
This is why I bet.
This is why I bet. Betway, for the love of the game.
Be very careful whenever you are dealing with people on mobile money because there are fraudsters all over. We need my friend, or energy, so no person is smart. So I send you scam mistakes. Be very, very careful, especially people who use MTN mobile money. Be very careful. Be truthful. Many victim, name for sika and co. No matter how small or big the amount is, be very careful when you are dealing with people. My name is Zionfelix, and there you be inspired. I have a gospel artist who also happens to be a man of God. I'll share a story. I'm also sono with TB na what's me to be abobra. As usual, the name is Zionfelix. If you go on Instagram, it is Zionfelix.com. I'm verified 1.3 million followers on Instagram. And on Twitter, Onya_Zionfelix. Oko Facebook, Zionfelix Entertainment News. We were also for and gospel artist Isaac Yeboah. On here, and na ewoha Esther Yeboah na ebedi nkumo. Mama Kwaba.
Yeah, Moja.
I hear you're Nigerian, so you don't really speak the Twi very well.
Very well, she speaks very well.
You can speak Twi.
I can speak.
It's the same. Hey, you a clip. For how long have you been in Ghana? For how long have you been in Ghana?
9 years now.
Oh, 9 years. Oh, okay. Okay. So let me start from you. How did you meet him?
That's a very big question. I met him in Libya.
In Libya?
Yes, please.
Hey, you're Ghana. So you married in Libya before you came to Ghana?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Not like married, but I met him there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I traveled and then we met there.
Oh, okay. So let me continue from you, Sofo. You're a gospel artist, Sofo. For how long have you been in pastoral ministry?
Okay. It's been for, let's say, for almost 8 years now.
And
I've been in ministry almost 8 years now, not up to 8 years.
And a gospel as well. Gospel too.
Gospel for music. I've been in music for quite a long time now, right from infancy. But we never had a chance to come out with any song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though we had the songs, but even then it was a secular song. I wasn't then into ministry,
okay.
So you know, as young upcoming musician at that time, we choose that part of secular song. But I've even forgotten about music. But me ba ministry mono na me margin crampo any enyom toso. Though na me were plans, me were passion for it, but na margin enyom toso. Until say challenges I hold draw me commonly and then I say no. Music is very loud. So let me use this music as an evangelical tool to reach out to many, to motivate, to inspire them and to educate them through music. And I mean far music in the back again. You know, and on my bem so me bem back I think say I fear na say me put to some of the songs not together. Yenya kwenya afi yet to me release the album back about.
Okay. So let's go straight to the reason why I invited you here for us to talk all about your story. For how long have you been in the wheelchair?
Okay. It all started.
For how long?
About 3.5 years now.
Oh, okay.
2017 August.
Okay.
That's when it started. Yeah.
Okay. And how did everything happen?
Okay. Senior started and how it started no. I was having this waist pain. Yeah, at my right side here, the joints. Sometimes the bone will pull out and I will use ointment. That is after I have preached for a very long time, because then I used to do more of evangelism, street evangelism, and I can stand for a very long time and I speak with a lot of energy. So during those periods, I used to feel sharp pain in my spine, and also sometimes I get weak in my waist pain. So then I do self-medication. I took some herbal medicines and stuff like that to cool it down. Until one day, which is 2017 August, I took same self-medication, and then it was supposed to be a pile medicine and then a typhoid medicine combined together. So during the night, I started running or going to toilet. Then the next morning, I realized that I could not feel my penis.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't feel my penis. Even when I was pressed, I wanted to urinate, but I couldn't. I would go and stand somewhere for a long time trying to release it, but nothing would come. So I took it normal that maybe just for some time it will get better. Because I'm not the type of person who goes to hospital, small time, let's go to hospital. I was very negligent on those things. So for 3 days, I couldn't urinate, and I said, no, this thing is getting serious, and I was getting other symptoms as well. So then my wife said, no, let's go to hospital, the nearby clinic. We went to the clinic, and they realized that it's a bit complicated, so they have to refer us. But because there was not enough, we're not having enough funds, I preferred we go back the near hospital. So they referred us to St. Gregory, which is at Labirecam.
Here, Kaswa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we went to St. Gregory, they tried to use the catheter on me, but I was ignorant about catheter. I thought after they have put catheter on you, you cannot make use of your penis again. So I told them that no, I don't like it. It was like a suggestion, and nobody educated me on it. They just left me there for extra 4 days. That means 7 days I have not urinated, but I was eating and drinking normal. So I realized that the bladder was full to a point that I cannot even stretch. That was when I realized that no, this thing is affecting me deep. So I asked my family to get a referral so that we go to Celeb. So that moment, they just met with the doctor, and then they referred me to Celeb. So that time, I couldn't use my legs again to Celeb. They have to put me in a wheelchair, an emergency. We got to Celeb, the place was full of, so they have to refer us to Ridge. So the first thing they did for me at Ridge was use the catheter to discharge the urine. So after discharging the urine, I could then stand, but I couldn't stand on my own. I have to hold somebody's shoulders or hold on to something before I move around. They're very slow. I was feeling weak here, and then the severe pains in my waist. So then they placed me on morphine, which is very high. Morphine is very high, about times 10 of tramadol.
Wow.
Yeah, that is morphine. They use it for the military men, when they sustain serious injury. So they give me that morphine.
For what? For what?
To bring down the pain. And even after taking the morphine, the pain is still there. I will feel the dizziness and all that, but the pain will still be there. And it has another strong side effect as well. But the pain at that time, I don't know how to explain it. So they had to use that one for me. So that was when the doctor said we should do a scan. Then the doctor has suggested that it's a tumor in the spine. So we started doing the scan. We did MRI, we did CT brain, we did a lumbar scan and all that. So during the time of the scan also, there was another complication there. Because before you go into the machine, you have to lie quiet, no movement. And then too, I was in pains. So I went early morning to Ridge Hospital to go and take morphine injection. But we got to the diagnostic center, because then the diagnostics at the Ridge Hospital were not working. So we had to go to somewhere else, which is Sunshine Diagnostic Center. So when we got there, they realized that I wasn't stable. So they have to give me another injection. But the mistake was that they didn't ask me, have I taken any drug in the morning, or they should have confirmed with my doctor before making any other suggestion.
You didn't also tell them?
That day also, my mind wasn't even there. The pain has taken all my attention and everything. So then they give me, what I know is a anesthesia injection. Before they operate on you, that medicine they inject you, then you just pass on. So that was the injection they gave me. So adding to the morphine I took in the morning, and the same morning taking that same injection, the other injection also. So they placed me in the machine, and after they brought me out of the machine, I have videos of how the whole thing was. My people were thinking that I was dead, but I was breathing, and I was throwing my hands, throwing my legs, but my eyes were closed. So the two medicine were reacting severely in me, and they waited for some time. Then I was a bit okay. They realized that, but I wasn't responding. They took me home. The next morning, I couldn't feel the legs again. But right from the initial stage, I could feel the legs, raise the leg, I can raise it, move the toes, I can move it. But after that incident, the next morning, I cannot feel my leg. I touch it, it's cold. I touch everywhere, it's cold. From all over here down, nothing is working. Nothing is working from here
From
down.
your waist.
From my waist over here down, nothing works. And the pain has then become more. So the doctor said, we have to do the surgery. And the amount for the surgery was huge, which is 360 million. That is the old currency. The new currency, 36,000. And we didn't have such an amount. Already we have spent a lot on the scan. Yeah. So we started moving around, trying to get some funds, but nowhere. So one thing that happened, then my parents they said, okay, now we should then go for herbal treatment, because there are incidents like that herbal treatment can also be. I said, okay, but there are places I wouldn't want to go. So, and my father too is the type that he like all this fetish stuff. He's a Muslim and he does everything. So he wanted to take me around, and I've had an experience with my father before, so I never trusted him to take me around. Before I traveled, I was a boxer at Overlake Boxing Club, the Buko, and my father took me to a lot of places, and a lot of things happened. So now that I've come to the light,
Took you there for you to be champion.
yeah, to fortify you, to buff you, to do whatever. So I know him, how his life is. So when he said we should go herbal, I never trusted him to take me around. Until one day my mom called me that they have seen someone who does herbal medicine. The man is very good. There are similar cases. He has treated and all that. At where is the place? Ashamai. So I said, okay, are we going to bring the medicine home? They say yes. Because even during those times, I still want to take care of my ministry. So when we got there, my wife wasn't part. The family took me there. Don't know it was a juju man, a malam with everything, with the juju, with everything. I said, no, I will not stay here, so they should take me back. They said, no, they will not take me back. And at that time, I wasn't this strong. I can't transfer myself to a chair. Everything, they have to carry me. My wife has to carry me everywhere. Carry me to go and bath me, carry to wear my clothes. She's the one who has to do everything for me and all that. So I was more than a baby at that time. So when they say they are not taking me back, I wept. The next day, the juju man came, said, come and see how they do the medicine. He's saying he's doing herbal medicine. So I was curious, I want to see. They took me to a shrine where everything is there. You can see, like shrine, everything is there. I cried to God. I said, why? So that was when, then I was still on catheter. The catheter was still there, because if there is no catheter, the urine will flow. So I was still on catheter. And this is how God assisted me. I tear the catheter, so the catheter started leaking. And I told the man that this catheter is leaking and you cannot do anything about catheter. Let me go back to the hospital and then let them change it for me, then I'll come back. Then he said, okay. And that was when they called a taxi for us, because that place, I don't know that area. They called a cab for me, and then we set off. When we got to the road, I told the cab that I'm not going to the hospital, I am going home. I'm going to Kaswa. He said, okay, then let me get you another taxi. That was when we got another taxi, and then I was coming home. And I asked my wife to act as if she doesn't know about that decision. If not, the family will just, in case anything happened, she will be in trouble. Africa. So I asked my wife, call my mom, tell her that you should see what I've done. I left the place. She's trying to take me back, but I said no. Meanwhile, she's away. And I called one man of God, who is a friend, a Nigerian pastor, to meet me at home so we can pray because of the place where I have entered. So I came home, we prayed. The family said, hey, you are sick, we want to help you. You are claiming you are a pastor. All you need right now is your healing. To get well is what matters right now, not your pastor, whatever. After you are well, you can do your pastoring or whatever. I said, no, I can never do that. I am with God, and my God can do all things. So even if I'm going to die in this state, I prefer dying in this state and making heaven than dying in such a place or getting healing from such a place. So I'm off. They say, now you're on your own. I said, really? Don't worry. And I'm that stubborn type. I said, don't worry. How my children are going to eat. I have 3 kids. How they are going to survive. How my wife is going to. I said, don't worry. Things were very tough. But at that moment, I cried to God. That was when we started moving around to places, media stations to get some support. That was, we went to Metro TV and they agreed to assist us. So they did a caption of the story, a bit of it, how we needed money for surgery. So at that moment, we had 2 people who came in to support us. We don't know them, but I think it's a way God came in for us. And then we went and did the surgery. We did the surgery, the thing was even worse. So after the surgery, they realized that it wasn't spinal cord tuberculosis. That it was, it wasn't a conus monolasis tumor, but it was a spinal cord tuberculosis. So they put me on drug for 9 months, which I did. The problem was still there, but I was still doing my ministry. I was still doing house-to-house evangelism, street evangelism. I was still going on radio if I get the chance. And then along the line, the Lord asked me to start the church again because the church went down. Everybody disappeared. Wow. There were a lot of speculation.
How many members did you have before then?
Oh, it was then we have started the church. So we were even fellowshipping under a canopy. We only have maybe active members around 20 there. So we didn't have much people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was when this one away, that one away, Even some friends that nobody, our pastor friends, nobody came around. Nobody came around. Everybody had their own interpretation to my condition. Some said he has gone for juju. Some said he's lying. Some said that. Some said, there were a lot of, some of the things when you hear, it's very heartbreaking. But I encourage myself by the word of God. According to 1 Corinthians, I think so, or 2 Corinthians. Yeah, chapter 12, verse number 7 to 9 there. He said, because of the surpassing great revelation that was giving me a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that this will surpass me. And he said, my grace is sufficient for you, and my strength is made perfect in weakness. So I glory the more, even in my weakness, so that the grace of God will be made perfect. So I encourage myself all the time because I saw myself in the Bible. I meditate a lot on the scriptures. So the scriptures motivated me. I overlooked whatever everybody was saying, and then I thank God for my wife. She never left my side, not even a second, and she never disrespected me because of my condition. She was always there. I have to put on pampers at that time. And, my brother, the situation was bad to the extent that it's not everything I can say on camera. You understand? It's not everything I can say on camera. And I thank God for the children also. They were very strong, as if nothing was happening, And then anything I want to do at that time, she assisted me to do. She carried me at the back, climbed the steps, go everywhere, 3-story building, 4-story building. She would back me. And as you see me like this, I'm heavy. She take me everywhere. And but looking at the whole thing, what brought about this? It was an accident I had in Libya. About, let's say, 15 years ago when I was doing plastering, because I do mason as well.
Oh, okay.
So whilst I was doing plastering on a 3-story building, then I was using a wood scarf. So I was at the top. I received the mortar. So when the weight increased, not knowing the one of the wood was not strong, and immediately it broke, and I came all the way from the top to the ground. In a hustling field, you don't have time for your health, going to hospital here and there, and even your documents are not right. So if you go to hospital, you are putting yourself in yourself in the hands of the police. So I didn't care about hospital. I took some paracetamol and some painkillers, and in the evening I started my job again. So according to the doctors, that might have led to this. So my own negligence also contributed to this.
Is it Prophet or Reverend?
Prophet Isaac.
Prophet Isaac Yabwa Church.
End Time Prophetic Voice Ministry.
Okay, of End Time Prophetic Voice Ministry. And how can I call them now? 3 years.
3.5
3.5 years in the real. So how have you been doing the work of God, the evangelism?
I've been going on street. I've been going on the street. Anywhere the Lord leads me, I go on the street to go and preach. I set my instrument and I preach.
So the church is like the church building is no more.
The church, we didn't have a church building initially.
But a converge.
Yeah. But I think that was 2 years ago. That was when the Lord asked me, because I wasn't even thinking about the church organizing people again. I was only focusing on what I could do at that time, still preaching the gospel, to people. So I was more into evangelism at that time. I only visited churches. Until 2 years ago, the Lord asked me to start bringing people together. So I didn't know how to do it because I didn't have money. And I had some motorbike there that I was using before. So I sold it. And then luckily for me, I had a small place. And then we started with the canopies, small. And by now we have an auditorium, small auditorium, where we fellowship.
That's how they go out to do evangelism.
Yeah. Up to now, I still go out to do evangelism. And then it's like now the ministry is getting big, not as in the church or the numbers, but I'm getting more places to go and then preach the gospel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me move on to Mrs. Esther Ebo. So, how was it like in the earlier beginning as a wife when your husband couldn't do anything and then you were the one doing almost everything for him?
If I say it wasn't difficult then, it was. But I thank God for the kind of person He has made me to be. I am strong. And I make sure that whatever I set my mind on, I do it. It was very bad, but the Lord gave me the strength to cope with the situation then. I wasn't seeing the ugly aspect of it, but rather I saw that it's like something God has, it's like a work He has given to me to do. So I do it without complaining. I do it with every strength in me, because I know that one day He's going to reward me. So that was all my mind, and that was what I focused on, not seeing how it was, or the ugly part of how the situation was.
Did you for once think about, living, for once getting fed up?
I am so grateful to God about that. No. Despite friends told me, you are a Nigerian, you can go back to your hometown. Nobody knows who you are. You can change your location and still get married again. And forget about this situation that you keep, excuse my language, changing diapers, excuse me to say, and then taking urines and all this. Because she said, you are a young girl, you are a young woman, you can still get married again and all this. But I smiled because I didn't see the woman speaking. I only saw that the devil was speaking. Because before anything can get better, there will be the ugly part. There will be somewhere that is so bitter. But when you are so focused, and then you stand in your decision making, and then you see that part or that stage will pass. So that is what I saw, that this stage will pass, and by the grace of God we are moving on little by little, and that ugly stage then has passed, and I'm sure that God is still doing better things.
So Prof, how do you feed your family, your kids and your wife? 2 kids and a wife.
Yeah, that one is a miracle. Actually, if you ask me to point to, okay, this and that, I don't know. Because even the church as now, we don't have much numbers. And we don't have money, you know. So it has been the grace of God to this extent.
But now you drive, so you can sell your car.
Yeah, you know, for the car, because it's a gift.
Oh, it's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift from Reverend and I ourselves for Vision 1 FM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Lord touched his heart to give us his car. So he gave us the car, and I did something. I don't know if I can say it.
You can say.
You can say, you people. You see, so instead of me to sell the car, I did something with the car to bring out my song. You know what I did now?
I don't know.
To bring out my song.
Okay.
So now the song is out, and it is this is what I'm doing now. It's like the music industry is another. There is a big challenge there, you know. Most of the CDs that came out, the CDs are there, you know. So I'm trying to push the music. Maybe from there I'll be able to satisfy them, because we are surviving all right, but the satisfaction is not there. So you understand? The satisfaction is not there, and then all that. And I always say, from that time to now, I've not even had sex with my wife. One thing that the people out there should learn from: marriage is not all about sex. It's not all about fun and all that. You know, if you look at it from that angle, what if something happened along the way? As we are moving up and down, we don't know tomorrow. Anything can happen. You understand? But marriage is something permanent. If we understand it from that perspective, you know, we embrace good things that come, we embrace bad things that come, and we adjust ourselves to ride the wind, you know, and gain mass momentum. So if the wind, adversity comes, when wind is blowing and there's a storm, since we are born of God and we believe that we are born of the Spirit, the wind cannot somersault the Spirit. You know, you have to be in the Holy Ghost flow. So if you put your mind to it, marriage is not about rings, it's not about that, it's about the fear of God and the love of God in you. So I see my wife not loving me because of sex, not loving me because I satisfy her materially and all those kind of things, but she loved me because she loved God. That is what has kept our relationship this far.
Okay, so let me come to you. He just mentioned sex. I mean, for 3.5 years, how have you been coping?
It's the grace, because I can't say it's by my strength or I am so strong to that. No, it is by the grace, because there are some kind of personal prayers I do make that I see that God is really answering. It won't come to a point that it will lead me to something ugly.
But has it gotten to that point before?
It's never gotten to that. Right from the time that I saw that the situation is like this, that from his waist down, nothing works. So there's some kind of prayers I made, and which is personal between me and God, that I see that He is faithful and still keeping me strong.
You should have asked me that. Has it getting ugly? You should have asked me.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe she's lying. The truth is that she never left my side for a minute. And if I leave her side and I'm trying to move around and take care of one or two, she'll be calling me 247. She always want to move around. Even the time we don't have a car, if we are going somewhere and someone is pushing me, maybe some of my boys are pushing me, you don't want them to push me. She always want to push me. You understand? And so she never leave my side. I've never had this suspense, suspecting that, okay, this woman has left. She doesn't have friends. It's just me and the children. You understand? So I am 100% sure. Nothing of that sort. Her phone itself, she doesn't. If you give her phone, if the phone is somewhere, the only time she get closer to the phone is when I'm not in the house. But if I am around, the phone is somewhere else. So, yeah.
In case somebody is watching that and he or she is touched and wants to bless the ministry, wants to bless you or help, I mean, how do people get through to you?
Okay, my number is 0242 333. That is 333 020 0242 333 020, or my wife's number is 0550 361171. 0550 361171. And my social media handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Facebook, I am Isaac Yeboah. Yeah, on Facebook, I am Isaac Yeboah. And then on YouTube, man. Yeah, that's where you can get some of my songs and my videos. Yeah, it's Isaac Yeboah. I mean, Isaac the Kingdom Watchman. That is on YouTube. And on Facebook is Isaac Yeboah.
But I guess somebody else wants to help financially. Any mobile money number?
The mobile money number is what I mentioned, but I prefer they use my wife's number because I've done something with my phone as well.
Okay.
Just
okay. Okay, so wife's number.
My wife's number is 0550 361171. 0550 361171. And my number is 050242 333 My name is Isaac Yeboah on my own.
And
my own is Esther Yeboah.
Which network?
That's MTN.
Okay.
MTN.
Okay. So for Bacho of an hours.
Okay. It's like the interview has been English. Okay. The Ebeka de chat to the ama etiefo nyina ne say udi onyankopon achi a obi bia na odi nyankopon achi a ofa ensohwe mu no ese se ote ase se onyankopon kuto ne nim die enti because me hwe de mafamu a me da so te ase a me won kwa me gidi se gidi a menya onyankopon mu ene se mampa ba na me koso akura me mudi mu no eno na ma ene no story nani dane kakra ya beye efrene se enionyam hye enti de uhunu se eye oseye no ebuwa na onyankopon nam so edi ACC enti eba ne sa no a yemben ye twere kronkron no efi se enkranhye nsem wa benye nyina wo twere kronkron mo etoda na se eba ne se no a nipa bi a osusu se nka aba ne se no ye wadamfo ntinko be hye onkran no de obete se wo ka fa o situation ho kra po betumi am wa akọ no maduro enti enkranhye emfiri wo nipa da sene bia ho se wo konsohwe na wo penkranhye firi nipa ho a de nipa be ka no ebe ma wo hawo na no ayeden ayemo enti se wo hwe Job se ya Job no de na Job complaining nyina no enye de no wo famu no nemum no eye de na ne namfofo no esusu edwene fa no ho no eno na ma ne ya odie no eden ekosro pa na me ba wi che mu yi me hunu se wo mo nso a sebe obi de de wo no obi so de onyini ye na dan kwanhia bia na se bibi nti ekoba ne saa de we betumi ato bia obi tumi nya kan kwanhia na ne nan nyina eden etwe from nim nyuntu ni ba bia ono ne situation sa na tie o enti no uhu obi na so situation bia tese mu a mensre no because ade achi ade sa no unim de da wani mu ye wo celebrities bibre ho mu akwanhia mu omunyo mu wuo basenka omote asempo ena nka omote se bi se ya nka omobusuafo be eden ebe so mu enti no enkwana se woni pa wa na owo ade nyina nti se ne nipa sitie bia se wo obi wo fie na se wadi dem mpo a se ne situation sitie bia no bibi papa bi eden ewo ne mu a se na me yire egina machi se yebetimi egina sa wo nipa kro na chi a akire no ebeye wo dem po se wo nipa no eden enam ana sa nipa no you be proud of that person nti no sa niema ne nyina no ko me ba we mu no bebre no bu anim tie bi bu anim tia ewo ba bi be ye o se bi sre wo na bi point finger na bi se but dane no mo hunu se no I believe say Yesuya nema bebre in
fact sorry no ever
sorry no wo Kaswa Everlip Kaswa Everlip udru baby you mat no wo no udru Kaswa Everlip now frey no my ya di tudwa bia no a ya ba be far is very close
me that's so that's for me name is Zionfelix. If you go on Instagram it is Zionfelix.com, on Twitter it is on _Zionfelix, go Facebook and so Zionfelix Entertainment News. Now go point share sorry here. Bye bye.
Ago adofo me chiamo it is saying me did the mama say wa na me wasem the day be catch what a tap sending ka Debbie what's it say na was he ma men kan share way. Tap send app a obetimi atwe agu phone so. Na wo baabia wo Europe a wotimi send sika ko Ghana ekoma wadofo ententem hona. Na se omo moji sika no so mo MTN so Vodafone Tigo ana se Airtel so a omo benya sika ententem hona. Na de wo mu kra ne se fees bia anka ho. Untuye fees bia and exchange rate no so was so kama or iPhone and answer or Android that the obeya ne say obekọ App Store no na wa hwehwe tap send Charlie me say menye ja ho me say tapo na send